Shalom. All praise the good and most high Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Wahava Kodash. The belongs to the apostles of great milestone, Apostle Tar, Gabar, Ramlam, and Shalom to all the sincere Achim, that are pushing his word in sincerity and in truth. I'm going to make a quick video on this thing that Trump is doing in Venezuela, They recognize someone that's not chosen as president to be how do you call that, a representative of the people. Meanwhile, they probably put him there. We don't know. They also have agent provocateurs over there. They have people caught. They caught people that try to start an uprising. So it says over here, Trump's move on Venezuela is setting off possible civil war in oil-rich country. WikiLeaks warns. And that should ring a bell. When you know about the scriptures. That Esau, the only thing he wants is resources, rape, rob, and murder, man. And he doesn't rape, rob, and murder for nothing. Not only for power, but also for resources. And they say that Venezuela has more petrol than Saudi Arabia. But yet they're still poor, because of the meddling of America and the sanctions that's upon them, all these type of things. And the curses, of course, So it says the U.S. president's decision to recognize Venezuelan opposition figure Juan Guaido as the country's interim president may set off a possible civil war in the oil-rich nation, WikiLeaks has warned. Donald Trump's move on recognizing Guaido as the interim president of Venezuela might prove disastrous for the country, which has endured years of instability, has sparked an open, full-blown conflict, the whistleblowing organization WikiLeaks tweeted. It would lead to a possible civil war in the country with the largest proven oil reserves, it said. You see? So it says it could lead to a possible civil war in the country with the largest proven oil reserves. You see that? Now, then we're going to jump to the scripture right here. It says Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So they covet fields. What's America? But America also, of course, but Venezuela. What's Venezuela? It's a rich field, rich in oil. The richest, the most. What does it say? The most rich in oil. So that's what America is doing. They only steal, rape, rob, and murder, man. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away he hath divided our fields. You see, so that's what America does, man. Rape, rob, and murder, man. So it said it could lead to a possible civil war in the country with the largest proven oil reserves. You see, more than Saudi Arabia, and the Saudis are already rich. So how much more should Venezuela be? But it's not, man. Earlier on Wednesday, Trump made a statement berating Nicolas Maduro's government as an illegitimate regime. Today, how about America, man? America is an illegitimate regime, man. They raped, robbed, and murdered from the Native Americans, and all of a sudden they're legitimate because they said so? Nah, man. They murderers, they thieves, they lowlifes, man. Lowlifes in suits that make themselves look good, man. So-called good. Because they devils, man. Today I am officially recognizing the president of the Venezuelan National Assembly, Juan Guaido, as the interim president of Venezuela, he said. Top U.S. officials have thrown their weight behind Guaido over the past few weeks, openly expressing support to him and urging President Maduro to step down, while calling upon the Venezuelan military to support the efforts to restore democracy in the country. So what do they do? It's divide and conquer. You see, they're gonna back this so-called Venezuelan guy, which seeks power, but eventually they're gonna team up with him, probably give him some military backing, to get Maduro out of there because they've been wanting Venezuela for the longest, man. But it was impossible with Chavez, Hugo Chavez, you know. The U.S. backed Guaido, who leads the anti-Maduro protests, has declared himself interim president. Venezuela has been hit by economic and social crisis over the past few years, worsened by a decline in oil prices and pressure from the U.S., while the Maduro opponents blame the situation on the allegedly incompetent actions of the socialist government. It claims that the discontent has been deliberately stirred up by the U.S. and other foreign powers. You see, and that's what's happened. That's why there's no food on the shelves, man. Because America is playing games, man. They have agent provocateurs over there, stealing, stirring up shit, man. You know. So let me go to another scripture. This is God. So this is John 10:10. It says, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." Because if a thief is only stealing, raping, robbing, and murdering everything you got, you can't really live, man. Amen. That thief has to be taken away so you can get the abundance back, that you're supposed to get, and that's what's going to happen to America soon. The nuclear destruction is pending, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep, And as you know in the scriptures, it says, he that has done this unto to the least that believeth in me has done it unto me, man, Roughly paraphrasing, that's Matthew 10. But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep, And that's what America does. They probably gonna make sure that Guaido, the so-called new guy Guaido, all of a sudden that came out of nowhere, is gonna get military backing, send in some CIA agents, some agent provocateurs, or try to plot an assassination against Maduro, and all of a sudden he gets the power. We don't know. We don't know what his plans are, Anything can happen, So let's jump back to Isaiah 10. All right, Isaiah 10 talks about this. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, like sanctions upon Venezuela, which have nothing. Meanwhile, Venezuela has nothing to do with them. They did nothing. Venezuela hasn't done anything to them, man. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, man, And that's what's happening in Venezuela as well, man, because the oil, that's actually one of the only resources they really got, and gold also. I believe they have a lot of gold, man. They even have coltan, man, Now check that out, They also have coltan, And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help, and where will ye leave your glory? You see? And America, they don't think about the latter end, man. The latter end is going to be grievous, man. They're going to be picking cotton. They're going to be in the fields, man, But before that, even before that, it's going to be race war, famine, pestilence. All these things have to come to pass, Let me finish off with this scripture right here, because it's actually one of my favorite scriptures. This Nahum 1:3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. All right. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So I hope this lesson has been edifying, and with that I want to say shalom.